In this video, we're going to have a little fun and we're going to blow the doors and the hood off of this Lamborghini. I pulled in this Lamborghini from the internet. I don't know where I got it from. If you do, put it in the comments below and I'll put it in the description. If not, just go on the internet and grab you a model of anything you really want to blow up. All it needs is really to have just mesh so that we can control how much it splits apart when we blow it up. And to make this happen is real easy in 3D Max. We're going to come over to your Create tab, and we're going to come over to Space Warps, and we're going to click on Bomb, and then we're just going to click in the scene right now. Where you place this bomb matters because this is where the force is going to come from to push the parts off of the car. So I'm going to start with it a little bit below and underneath the car. So the next thing we want to do is we want to bind this bomb to the parts that you want to make come off the car. So we're going to come up to Space Warp, bind to Space Warp, and we're going to click and drag from the bomb to the part you want to come off the car. I'll let go. Now you can have multiple parts and we'll add another part in just a few minutes. So the next thing you want to do is you want to come over to the Modify tab, and here we can see all of the parameters for the bomb. Now if you scrub this, you can see that the bomb is actually already pushing the door off and has split it up into pieces. Now if we leave our timeline about here and we make adjustments to the bomb, you'll see the adjustments happen to the door itself. So for instance, if we take the strength of the bomb and we decrease the strength, you can see that the door comes back into the car a little bit because it's not as strong. We go from 0 to 20 here, the door only flies that far with a strength of 0.48. If we increase the strength and we scrub it from 0 to 20, you can see that the door flies off faster and further in that same amount of time. So we'll leave it at about there for now. Let's make it an even 2. The spin is going to control how much the pieces spin while they're moving. So if we move this and look in this upper left-hand corner here, you can see that the pieces are allowed to spin at that point. So when it comes off the door, it doesn't look quite as uniform. Excuse me, when it comes off the car, the door doesn't look quite as uniform. When we had it down to 0, it still looks like a door, it's just in pieces. Now, the fragment size will allow us to have the door come off in smaller pieces or bigger pieces. We can actually get it up to a point where the door pretty much comes off the car in a whole piece. The gravity is going to affect how much the door goes up in the air or comes down. So for instance, if we increase the gravity at this point in time, let's bring it back to 20 real quick. At this point in time, it's hitting the ground. If we don't allow gravity to be that high, then it's still going to be up in the air at that point. The detonation is when the door actually starts coming off the car. So for instance, right here, it comes off at about frame 5. If we increase our detonation to 20, then the door doesn't come off the car until frame 20. So like I said before, we can actually apply that to multiple objects. So bind to Space Warp, we're going to click and drag onto the hood as well. Now when we scrub, the hood and the door come off. And if we play through that, and while we're playing through it, we can also change our parameters. In the next tutorial, we'll add fire to this explosion, and then we'll eventually add some smoke and a background. If you like this tutorial, please comment below, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please give us some feedback as well. Also, give us some ideas on what you would like to see for our next tutorials. Thanks.